What's going on? What's going on? Brutus here, bringing you another Ain't Nobody No Dip League. Actually, this wasn't a no dip league. This was just an arranged war. Ain't Nobody versus the O.S.F. I apologize. I have the no dip league on my mind because battle is today, as well as some other things. We came away with this victory, 71 to 64. Total destruction by just under 5%. And the breakdown was 2-7 Phil. The O.S.F. Let me first give them an apology that we had some misunderstandings on, it was more of miscommunication on our part about the spin time and date. So we did have to move this, and I'm glad that we were still able to still put this on, and that they were gracious enough to still go forward with it, even though it was a mistake on our part. So thank you guys. With 2-7 Phil, they were not able to double the top two Town Hall 11s. They did not get a 10-on-10 3, and they left 4 Town Hall 10s uncleared. They also left 1, 2, 3, 4 Town Hall 9s uncleared, but got really close. For Ain't Nobody, we did double the top 2 Town Hall 11s. We'll come back to that in just a second. And we left 2 Town Hall 10s uncleared. I personally really tried to clear a Town Hall 10. It didn't work. I was just so close, man. But, you know, close but no cigar at the Town Hall 10 game. There's no such thing as close. You got to get the 3 and you don't. All the 9s were cleared. We did get because the war was already mathematically won. We also got some 11 on 11 shots in there rather than using some dips on 10s. I believe we did take 1 swing. Unless I'm wrong, probably wrong. Attacks, no, yeah, CR7. Big try right there at the very end on Chelsea to go for the 11 on 11 3 because, again, it's practice. It's war setting. Never get those opportunities. Here is the O.S.F. description. They are a CWL light clan. There you go. Let's take a look at the 11 game. We have attacks. We didn't do as well as we wanted to. We were shooting at we were 1 for 3 on the dip game. Obviously the 11 on 11 at the end there, but wasn't what we were looking for. Got some work to do there a little bit still. And then for their side, Chelsea did just right away 2 fresh hit 10 on 11 V10 dips. Nice job there. And then Therius coming in. Just coming up short. So they were 50% on their dip game with Chelsea leading the way. Let's take a look at why. Defensively, what's going on. We hung our hat on the 10v11 game. I know a lot of people discount it, but it is a unique beast and requires different skills, and it definitely is hard to do. It's going to get a lot harder after the update, but I'm looking forward to that. A total of 8 attacks were robbed of their Town Hall 10s on our 11s. And Stu left 1 there. If you take a look on our side, we were 50%. We were 2 for 4, and honestly, it should have been 2 for 3. But I was the reason of the problem again. I did not get a 10 on 11 double. And then for last part, and we'll actually show you the attack plan. The plan was there. It was a fresh hit, so the execution wasn't as clean. If we go down here for attacks, we had Ledo, Sphinx. And Crid with 10v10s. And then, of course, for the O.S.F., just most of their 10s were trying to double that 11. It didn't quite come down. Al-Yaf 3i. I know he has commented on the videos. Congratulations to you, buddy, with the beer run. And there's that information. Let's get down to the replays. Let's show this one 65%. When I failed on this is the exact same plan that I used. When I failed on this, I got upwards in 69%, and I was confident that if I executed this better, I probably would have had a 69 or probably not a 70 double. And that's basically starting a stoned gobo here I really like this base. I thought it gave me pause for a bit as far as funneling towards the town hall, so it was really good at defending a 2 in that fashion. You give up a lot of percent going from this angle. However, if you don't get the town hall as well, it don't matter how much percent you get, because the next guy that comes in, for an example, let's pretend I get a 1-star 99% on this base, right? The next town hall 10 that comes in that doubles it with like 56, the 99% gets erased, and it gets replaced with the next best score, and stars are better than percent. And so it will only register as like a 50 or 60% double if that's what the next guy coming in did. So really good job here. I felt that he got a bit fortunate on the BK, because what happened to me is I took a harder angle coming in, and his queen even walked on him, which I felt that he got really lucky for. I had to rage earlier by the outside of the wall, which created more of a funnel on the first layer but not the second layer, and my queen was too early and she just basically circled the base, which would have made this effective. Nevertheless though, Sphinx came in right after me, did the exact same plan, and did such a great job executing it, getting that BK on in there to push towards the town hall, and then gets a nice respectable 64 or 65% double. Nice job, Sphinx. 10v11 game for Ain't Nobody is progressing quite well. These guys are definitely figuring that, strengthening that game very, very fast. Let's take a look at Ledo. I do not believe this was in the announcement video. I know I put 2 Town Hall 10s. This was not fresh. The other one was in the announcement video I put out yesterday. So Ledo coming in here doing a really loon heavy attack. In fact, we spoke about this base at length. We had a few ideas that we had for it. I think this was this defended 1 10v10 and 1 scout. This would be the 3rd attempt on the base from Ledo. I had saw a suit. He's doing, this is what his plan was: suicide. Have that queen. Have the queen step up and get the air defense infernal tower, and then Skelly the queen. I had told him that I felt like, was it not Ledo? It might have been. I'll just let it go. At the end of the day, nice job, and we did know that it was a P.E.K.K.A. BBD CC because of the scouts before. Only a P.E.K.K.A. came out on an air scout type attack. And so when only a baby dragon comes out, when air targets come within the CC, it's no doubt it has to be, at this level of defense, it has to be a P.E.K.K.A. Because even witches would come out. I worried about this sweeper. That was my fear. There's the queen. The rages. Oh, she is stepping out. She stepped out of that too. This is actually the first time I've seen this replay. And she steps back in. Oh my God, you got lucky. Oh man, you got lucky, bro. This plan was sick. I think you could have used maybe 1 more loon. I'm totally kidding. But overwhelming the point defenses, having them go down, and then, you know, hasting them through the spots that they needed. He basically, without splash, wizard towers, when you have a lot of loons like that, is your worst enemy, right? Like that. And so if you're able to swarm the wizard towers from different angles, they don't splash all the wads coming in. That was a really nice plan here, where he went heavy on the left side and then light on the right side, so he didn't have to fight the sweeper too much until the loons came over from a direction that flanked it, which was really nice. For me, the story of this was, did you see that queen? Great plan to kill the queen. She stepped out of like 2 or 3 different compartments, and only at the very end did she actually step back in to that compartment, to her demise, to be eaten alive by those Larrys. Man, you got lucky. I'm not gonna lie. Nice job, Ledo. Great plan, man. Sometimes with great plans, you don't really need luck. The great plan usually will speak for itself. Showed the other 10 on 10 threes. They were really nice. They were in the announcement video. There were 4 Sphinx, which was fresh, and then Crid. Let's go down to some 9 on 9s then, and let's look at some fresh hits for this war. Oh, I want to show you guys of stuff that doesn't go exactly correct. Was it Okita the Great? I don't remember. It was the first hit that did not go exact. Where is it, man? I can't even see my own freaking name. It was Okita the Great. I didn't want to show the second attack, which was a witch attack, because we've seen enough of those. But this was fresh, and the reason why I want to show it is it did not go according to plan. My first love, Cold Blood Lalo. Honestly, a long time ago, Cold Blood Lalo was the first that I learned. It is, I find, the most forgiving, the most flexible of the loon-based attacks. And this is a great example. This attack did not go according to plan. The funnel was there. The funnel was there. And I remember saying to myself, I knew it was a Hound CC. It just had to be it. If I had this base design, and that's where my CC and location was to the Queen, I would put a Hound. So having a Hound come out wasn't that big of an issue. I was fine with that. And it actually used to suck the Queen in, or else she would have hugged the walls to get these things right here. So she gets sucked in here. I'm aiming for this air defense, though. And the air defense does not go down. And I have a CC and a storage to beat through. Not to mention she's closer to the expos and things like that. So look at the line of the air defense. It's the reason why rather than waiting for the Queen to eventually get there, number one, I'd be fighting the clock. I'd time fail. Number two, I already knew where the line was on that air defense, and I already knew that the loon pathing Lalo would still work. Like no Hound would traverse over to the left and not go up like I wanted it to. So just stick to the plan, keep going, and by the time that my loons got over there, and my Queen is beating through a wall, and I know that I'm going to be coming in range of this air defense. So then rather than holding onto the Queen ability longer, that is a custom usually, in raids like this, I bust it right away so that she used it on beating through the wall to get to the air defense. If I get to, because I have a wad of loons, the air defense, once that went down and I took some shots at the Wizard Tower, I knew that there was nothing but overwhelming loons coming towards the Expo, and that would be that, and I had enough cleanup on the back end. I love these goblins, man. I'm telling you, when all this, there was like 4 storages on the outside, and instead of using 2 archers or even 1 minion, I can't express enough the value that you get just from simply 1 goblin. They do 4 times damage DPS, whatever their DPS is, and it's high, only on the storages like that or resources like that. It is better than any other troop on the map, including the minions. So that's the reason I love bringing cleanup goblins. Whenever there's storages on the outside, a lot of stuff like that favorite attack would go towards. So there's that one. There were some other ones that didn't go quite according to plan, and I like those raids the most. Let's look at Haydock. Pretty sure Haydock is Hog Swarm. Well, no, it's not. Double jump Hobo. And then we'll leave this just because we've seen a lot of witches out there. We've seen a lot of loon-based attacks. For the last 2 raids, I wanted to show Hog Swarm. We had 2 of them this war. What I like about his use of this stone hobo, some people will put, depending on the base, but some people will put all 3 tanks down right away. He held his, and I like that he held his because obviously we have both golems that he first put down broken, but he sacrificed them to make sure that the funnel was exaggerated. He didn't want to give an excuse for his kill squad to circle the base or his Queen to circle the base, and he held his 3rd golem to basically only be for the push, and that's what I liked about it. So they had a healthy golem coming in. Look at the green bar on it. You may think that it's not going to be enough to get all the way through, but it lasts all the way to the other island bow. And again, it's still green barred. So think about the return on investment that he got just by holding the deployment of the 3rd golem to basically be an escort just for the Queen to get out in front of her and the 2 bowlers. while all the point defense and all the defenses, with the exception of these 2 splash items, are targeting it, Queen's Queen ability is still there the entire time. He's just methodically sprinkling in the hogs and getting the fuck out of there. And he's also following it up very, very nicely with trailing cleanup wizards along the way, which keeps the Queen in the middle, not having an excuse to go off target and shoot something way over to the opposite side of a wall that doesn't really find itself indicative towards the flow of the attack. So nice job, Hey Doc. I had to put this on because he felt bad that his first raid showed on the channel was a fail. There you go, man. That was really nice. Let's look at 2 more Hog Swarms, or for the sake of time of this video, we'll just look at 1 more Hog Swarm. And I forgot who it was. It wasn't El Crash. It might have been Derb. It was Giggity was live. It wasn't PJ. It definitely wasn't me. Was it Derb? Oh, Derb was the Witch Attack. Forgive me, guys. I should have wrote this down. It wasn't El Crash. Was it Killer Kills B? Killer Kill B? Here's your Hog Swarm. Really compact base. And don't get me wrong. You know, you can definitely do more than 1 attack strategy on this base. I could even see somewhat of a penta, strangely, given the location of the air defenses and the sweeper directions. But he anchors out the double Valk, Baby Dragon CC to the right. And of course, what we're looking at is fresh. Puts down the BK to tank for that. And a Baby Dragon, which is nice. So BK is done, took care of the CC. Queen dropped right into the middle of the aggro line of the enemy Queen. Yeah, he's getting just annihilated from all the point defenses, but the Queen is going to immediately stop shooting anything around her once she's inside the aggro line and shoot whatever's shooting her back within that aggro line, or vision if it's a CC. All he needs is the Queen down. Queen down, CC out. The rest is 4 heals and a crap ton of hogs. And just look at the pathing that the hogs take. That you see very few hogs flying to springs. And it's so compact that you can maximize your heals coming through all these things. You mitigate any risk that the giant bombs actually pose towards your hogs, because they sit in a compact area, so you can kind of anticipate where the giant bombs are going to be, and when they trip them over, they're standing in a heal for a long period of time. There's nothing that's going to stop them. So you take a look down here, how many hogs he has left, ending on at least 8 or 7. The other part that he liked about this, starting it from the left side and see where the BK altar is, having your hogs end on a BK is a smart thing to do. Because if you have like 10 of them and they swarm the BK, yes, the BK could one-shot them, and we were watching him pick them off. But if you end away from the BK and your hogs scatter and they come near the BK altar towards the end, see this line right here? Let's pretend that the hogs come in to finish on the gold storage. They won't attack the king. They won't redirect their attacking, stopping from the queen storage to then beat on the king. The king will one-shot all of them on the storage. So it's best that if you can decide directionally where they end, and the BK's in the mix of this discussion, it's best to end your hogs on the BK so that when they end, they all of them turn onto the BK, take him out first, and then clean up. It's same kind of a principle that you see happening with the Larrys that you forgot to kill from poison spells. As soon as they're done doing the last defense, they turn onto the Larrys, kind of an ideal. And BK, if left unaccounted for, can usually ruin a raid of a Hog Swarm. So nice job, Killer. Yo, Killer, kill, B. Killer, kill. Yo, guy on the couch. You see my dog? That's right. Half-baked. I love calling Killer that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed those raids. Once again, it's Brutus reminding you, you got to be better than the double, and I'll check you next time.